Hi, this is Jennifer from Cadenza, and we're here at LACMA, the LA County Museum of Art, to interview Karen Vuong, who's performing in a concert tonight as part of the Sunday Live series. So I want to ask Karen a few questions. We're really excited to be doing our first interview with her. So my first question is, how did you get started in opera?
I got started in opera in kind of a weird way. I was originally going to be a veterinarian for a really long time, and it started in junior high. I was originally a flute player, playing in one of those in the junior high school band, and we were listening to something from Phantom of the Opera, and me being the dorky kid I was thinking, oh, I could totally do this. Hey, you guys, come listen. This is so funny. Wah! And the choir teacher had just so happened to be passing by, and she was like, oh. And she like grabbed me and took me out of band, and I joined a choir, and I won my first competition like within a year. And since then, it was always a hobby of mine. And then in high school, I went to a music academy. So I did things like drumline, choir, chamber singers, jazz ensemble, and stuff. And at one point, one of the teachers actually called a parent-student teacher meeting. And I was thinking, I haven't done anything wrong. I was like getting straight A's. And they basically told my parents, hey, she could actually make a career at this. And so they kind of re-brainwashed my parents. And then my parents said, well, do you feel like doing opera instead of veterinary medicine? I was like, well, I guess I can try, right? So I was like, okay. So I applied for some schools, and it came down to UC Davis for the animal program and UCLA for the music program. And it really came down to which one I would regret more or look back on thinking, oh, I wish I did that. So I joined UCLA, and through them, right out of undergrad, I got accepted into the Domingo Thornton Young Artist Program. And that just kind of sealed the deal for me, thinking, okay, I guess I should do it. It's kind of like you know how nuns get a calling? It kind of just happened, and I'm like, okay, I guess I can't really fight it that much. So that, I guess, long answer for a short question. That's how I got into opera.
That's incredible. So I'm assuming you don't have any regrets then.
No, not at all. It's been really, really fun, and I mean, I'm 24, turning 25 in like 2 weeks, and so I mean, I've had the opportunity of going to Puerto Rico, going to Kentucky of all places, and even I'll be going to Hong Kong soon and Seattle. So it's a lot of traveling that I never thought I would actually do.
Wow, that's incredible. So it sounds like, you know, you're having the career that people dream of at such a young age. So that's just fantastic. So you've been in Los Angeles. Did you go to high school in Los Angeles?
Yeah, I went to Hamilton Music Academy over on Robertson, and they really did a great job at giving me a solid foundation. You know, singers aren't usually known for reading music, and they teach you how to read music. So they did a really good job there. My mother, God bless her. I mean, I live in the Valley. I live in Northridge, where the earthquakes come from, and she would actually drive me to school in Culver City every morning, and that's like with morning traffic. I mean, I had to wake up at 6 o'clock every day to get there, but it was like an hour drive, and she would drive me back, and so I went there, and I had an opportunity to dip my feet into different things like instruments and piano and other types of things.
Wow, so that's great. So as someone who's basically had your entire arts education in Los Angeles, and now you're starting your career in LA, what do you think of LA as a cultural center, as a place to do opera? I think a lot of people might say that, oh, the West Coast, it's not like the East Coast, you know, New York and Boston, but how has it been for you here?
Well, I mean, the East Coast is really has much more of a history and tradition. I mean, they have 2 opera houses like within the same plaza from each other. LA is really coming up in the scene, and with Hollywood also being here, we have a really interesting mergence of things. I know at LA Opera, I was recently in a production of The Trittico by Puccini, and we had Woody Allen directing, Johnny Skiki, and then the other 2, which are a little darker, we had William Friedkin, who was the director of Exorcist. direct it. He was the sweetest guy. He brought all the nuns food. I mean, he was really sweet. And it's just that kind of emergence you can kind of only get in LA, where you really have a big center of the arts and movies to really kind of make opera even bigger and more spectacular, like the way it was when it first came out in Italy.
Wow, that's awesome. So I wanted to ask you, do you have a favorite opera or role or anything you're dying to play or have already played?
I guess, well, you know, believe it or not, at 24 and 25, you're still considered a baby in just because of physiological things and depending on what cartilages harden or how you develop. So for me, for right now, I mean, one of the best roles I would love to play would be Susanna from Le Nozze di Figaro by Mozart. It was like one of the first operas I'd ever seen. Loved it. And then maybe when I get older, I mean, I would love to sing like Verdi with Violetta, or I recently actually had the opportunity of singing Mimi in Bohème, which is always a big dream of mine. Bohème was actually in junior high. Oddly enough, I had gone to see the student matinee of Bohème at the LA Opera, and it was fantastic. I mean, they bring all the schools and it's big outreach, and then just 2 years ago, they did this exact same production, the same exact sets that I saw as a junior high school student, and I got to play Mimi, and the even best thing is, one of the members in the Opera League, which is a support group for LA Opera, they volunteer and everything. One of the members was actually the English teacher that took me to see La Bohème. So it was really fantastic. I mean, seeing it for the first time as a junior high student. I guess La Bohème would be the first one I saw, and the first other opera I saw after seeing La Bohème would have been Marriage of Figaro. So another long answer to a short question. I'm sorry.
Well, that's incredible that you've had such amazing roles already. So finally, I want to ask you to tell us a little bit about the program you're singing today, because it sounds like it's some pieces that people aren't too familiar with, and so that's really exciting to get to hear them.
We'll be doing duets by Haydn and Mendelssohn. The Mendelssohn that we'll be doing is with piano, and then the Haydn. Let me just double check real quick. I'm making sure. I just want to make sure that's the same right thing. Yeah, okay. The Haydn is with a trio, string trio. So cello, violin, and piano. And I mean, not many people get a chance to hear duets. I mean, a lot of times it's just solo recital, and this really is a recital. I mean, you have like 6 Mendelssohn pieces, or no, 8 Mendelssohn pieces, and then a whole slew of Haydn pieces, and it's really great. I mean, we start with the Mendelssohn, and then we move to the Haydn, and you really get to hear the sound of the chamber music, and the vocal writing is fantastic. The first half is in German, and the second half is in English, so it's great. And Diana is a wonderful person to work with, and all of the ensemble people are fantastic as well. So they really force you to bring your game, and there's a lot of words.
Well, fantastic. Thanks so much for talking with us today. And we're actually going to be interviewing Diana Tash later on, who's also singing in this recital. So this has been great. Good luck with everything, and we can't wait to hear you.
Great. Thank you so much.